How did you go from there to being super clear on the niche? Because I do want to talk about the characteristics of some of these ultra successful, ultra high net worth individuals. But what was the leap, if you like, or the clarity to get from that lunch to then being clear on who you wanted to work with and serve?
It's a great question, Nick. I actually just think I love working with those individuals. And this would probably speak well to your listeners because there's something about entrepreneurs and people who are really hungry like that that's really attractive to me. So when I think about learning zones, think about three circles that are intersecting. At the center of that, 70% of people are really comfort zone people. They like the same thing every day. They drive the same way to work. They're not that interested in change. We have 20%, and that's small if we think about the scale of people who really are in the learning zone. So the learning zone is my playground. I absolutely love to learn. When I'm working and coaching with a client, I'm trying to learn as much as they are, learn from them, and show up in a way that I'm pulling and stretching them as well. And then there's only 10% of people who are in that high risk zone. Entrepreneurs live in the learning zone and they might flirt with the edge of the high risk zone. So, entrepreneurs are a little bit edgy. I always think of entrepreneurs as scrappy street fighters. Whatever works, they're going to jump in, they're going to figure it out. And they maybe are willing to take a little more risk than the average person.
Okay.
And that's part of why I think they succeed
And
because
what's
they're
the high
really.
risk zone then? So what does that zone look like?
So high risk zone maybe for the average person might look like really high risk behaviors that could lead to danger and death, like
Climbing
drugs,
Everest?
sure, or skydiving, or base jumping, or free soloing, things like that.
Okay.
In the entrepreneurial world or in the business world, it can look like financial risk. It can look like if it's a behavior that's really gonna sabotage you, it could look like sexting, embezzlement. It could look like inappropriate behavior in the workplace. It's interesting when you have a micro niche like I do working with these high level leaders, it is really terrifying that people don't want to share where the challenges are or the problems. When I think it's partly why my clientele continues to refer people to me because I have this ability to understand the mental health piece, to handle those really even traumatic things that happen in businesses with total confidentiality and skill and expertise.